Lizzie, you look hot on camera, bro.
Thanks, bro. I would flick my hair, but you know,
Flick your earrings instead.
yes.
Hey, welcome to our diary room, guys. This is a platform where migrants can talk about their status, how that affects their life, their relationships, their mental health, sexuality, everything. Just a place where you can ask questions, where we can ask you questions, where we can have a conversation, basically. So today, we're going to be talking about relationships, and I have the amazing, the wonderful, Lizzie and Paula! Woo!
Hey, guys.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Welcome. How do you feel?
Feeling good?
Yeah.
Excited.
Yeah, same.
I think it's going to be a good one. Yeah?
Yeah.
An important conversation to have. So, Lizzie,
Definitely.
do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name's Lizzie, as Zeno said multiple times. I'm 24. I'm Let Us Learn project worker. Yeah, that's me.
My name is Paolo. I'm 23, and yeah, not supposed
Not
to.
that much younger.
And I'm a student, and yeah, I'm looking forward.
Okay,
Yes.
quick question. Cats or dogs?
Ah, that's a tricky one. You know?
Okay, yeah, cats or dogs?
Cats.
Well, okay, you both suck. Dogs is
I'm
the
leaning
right
more
answer.
towards cats.
Yeah,
Dogs is the right answer.
I've taken.
Nah. Too much effort.
Initiated him to the
I
cat
mean that
side.
now.
Just for influence.
Cats don't
The
give
thing is,
a
I
fuck.
love puppies though. Puppies are so cute, like when they're little, because they're like cats.
But they're so dependent, dogs.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like
I think that's why I
Yeah.
love cats more, because you know you just let them do their thing. Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, so today obviously we're talking about relationships and how your status can affect that, because obviously there's so many variables. So, quick background, when did you guys start dating and stuff?
It was November 2016.
Is he right?
Yeah,
I am right.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't our first date there, was it? It was a bit earlier. Official, it was in November, December.
2016.
Around that
Yeah,
time.
I keep feeling like it was 2015 though. I don't know why, but yeah, it was 2016. It was longer than that. Yeah.
Okay, so just to clarify, so Elizabeth, when you started dating Paolo, did you have status?
No, I didn't have status at that time. I was still undocumented.
Ah.
Yeah.
So how did you feel when in that situation? Because me personally, I'd be like, when I didn't have status, I didn't feel comfortable like dating, because I felt like I don't want to have to explain my situation. I don't want people to not trust me,
Yeah.
especially because like you know the ideas that people have about migrants and stuff. I want people to be like, so she using me just so she can get British citizenship? Probably. But we're gonna remove that. No. But you know, that kind of feeling was always on my mind, so I just thought it'd be easier not to, you know, just go there. Right, of course. So yeah, how did you feel?
It was difficult at first because I had to really sort of examine the situation. I had to decide on whether it was a bit of a gamble. I mean, telling him could go one way and keeping it from him could also go a negative way. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So it was like I was weighing the pros and cons, but I feel like he could sense that there was something wrong because he was like, you know, what is going on? Like we had been together for about, I think it was like 3 months, and I had never like invited him around or anything. I even told him where I was staying at the time because I was having some accommodation issues. I was just like, things are just complicated right now. And yeah, I feel like people use that word complicated. It just seems like there's actually something going on, and he was just like, you know, I don't really want secrets. You know, you should be able to feel like you can talk to me about things. Which kind of reassured me that telling him would actually be okay.
I mean, because yeah, because if it was a simple situation of, well, this is the situation I'm in, like I don't have status, I'm going through all the processes, whatever, but that's one conversation. But then it comes with, I have to explain like my whole life, like the way I live, like where family members are or aren't, Like it's a whole thing, and it's a lot for people to deal with, especially if you're young. I don't think that's a conversation you want to have with like an 18-year-old or something, or even like a 16-year-old. I don't know. How did you feel when she told you?
When she said that now, I was thinking, I thought that I wasn't being that pushy and said like,
no, it wasn't even that.
we need to tell each other what's up, because I know there was something going on, so I was just trying to be patient, and I know that at some point she would trust me enough to tell me everything that's going on, and that's what happened. So you just have to, and then the way I reacted was,
it was a very emotional experience. Let's just say that.
Like, were you crying?
I cried like a baby.
Were you crying a lot?
no, it was just like, making sure she's alright.
Yeah, he was very supportive, and I feel like thinking about having the conversation is one thing, but then actually executing that, it's a whole thing on its own.
So basically, I was gonna ask, like, I don't know if it's you guys are comfortable with saying this, but like, at a point, do you think, oh, what if she's using me?
No, I didn't think that, because when she talked about it, I realized, I saw that she felt bad about, and she was thinking that I would not really accept it or something, or that I would not want to be with her.
Yeah.
But to me it was just, obviously, I care for her, and so I just said, no, that's no problem, we'll work on that together.
Yeah, he said, I think what he after telling him the entire thing, he was just like, I said to him, if it's not something that he's comfortable with, I mean, it's a challenge being with someone who's going through that kind of thing. I told him that if he's not comfortable with it, that he should let me know, and that he shouldn't feel like I'm trapping him in a sense.
Yeah.
And he said to me, and I quote, he said, "Why would I walk away over something temporary?" And I was just like, oh, sweet.
But I don't know, like, even at like, I guess 3 months, I don't know, is 3 months a good time to like know someone enough to be like, yeah, why not?
I don't think you can put a time frame on it, because there are people that you've even known for 5 years and you will not tell them that kind of thing. There are people that you share different kinds of secrets with, but that issue will never be touched on. Do you get what I mean?
Because when I had status and I was dating some people, I like put out feelers. So you just, you know, when you have like general conversations and you be like, so what did you, just be like, oh, what would you do if like somebody that you were dating someone that didn't have status, like, you know, just to get the reaction. Yeah. So I was saying, I put out, so past relationships, I put out feelers, like conversations where just to see how they felt about like situations. Yeah. Because people have preconceptions about young people, young migrants, whatever. So I'm like, what would you do if you found out like you were dating someone and it turned out to not have status or whatever? And based on their reaction, I'd be like, okay, maybe you're not ready for me to like, you know. But then again, like I was also very young at the time. Yeah. So like people grow up and people change. Yeah. Of course. You have to give people chances. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, when do you know is the time to tell the person?
You never do. I mean, if we're talking about past relationships, my longest partner before Paolo was like, I was with him for 5 years and I never told him anything.
Wow.
Exactly. So I don't there's no right time frame to tell someone that kind of thing. It's just, sometimes you just know that the person can handle it and other times the person can't handle it. Yeah, I feel like it's that simple. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, when you acted like insecure about if I would accept it, it was surprising to me, because I thought if you love someone, well, at that time we didn't say that yet, but we were in a relationship. Yeah. So it would make no sense to me to say, no, sorry, because of that little thing, I'm gonna stop the whole thing now.
Yeah, that didn't make sense to you, but to other people...
To you it would make sense,
Someone would... Because I've seen my friends have been in relationships and they've told their partner that, okay, this is what's going on, and emotionally they walked away, but like from the actual relationship, it took them a while to walk away because guilt was holding them back. You know, I don't want to leave my partner because, you know, if I leave her, then, or if I leave him, what's going to happen? Like, is he going to become like destitute? Is he gonna get is he gonna get detained? Is he gonna, you know, all this kind of thing? And it's just,
that's a good point. That's a good point actually. To think about it from the other person's point of view and feeling guilty about what happened to them.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
But I think guilt is the worst thing to try and hold a relationship.
Even to remember, like, you're in a relationship, but you're also like a human being.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't feel like you're trapped with people just because of whatever situation, whether it's mental, physical, whatever. Like, if you're not comfortable with that person, just step back, because you're not doing each other any favors.
Yeah.
But like, I was gonna say, what if she hadn't told you for a year, or what if like rather than her telling you, or even you, just imagine you're in a situation where you're dating someone and they don't tell you that they have status for like a year, or you find out through someone else. It's not even them that tells you. Somebody else tells you, or just your hand, and you're just like, hold on, what does this mean? What would you do?
I guess you have to be understanding in that situation.
Those boys too understanding.
I guess because as I said, if you care for someone, but then I can see why people would get upset that you've been living that life for a year. Or
It almost feels like a betrayal. I think for some
kind
people
of,
it might feel like a betrayal.
But then it's been something that was on your mind or that you had to deal with for years.
Yeah.
And I can imagine it's not that easy to talk about it with anybody.
Yeah,
As you said,
but for some people, they won't think of it that way. They will see it as a kind of like, I've actually laid down my heart for you for a year.
This is the thing.
Or,
I feel like you don't trust me. Like,
Yeah.
we've been through, it's a year is a long time. People go through a lot in a year.
Yeah.
And by this point, you feel like you don't trust me enough to
tell
tell
me
me
that.
sooner, or to even tell me at all. Like
Or you
that.
think I'm not able to help you with it.
Exactly. And they have to start questioning how they actually feel about you in the general.
Yeah, exactly. Then it becomes a big
I'm just saying now I would feel understanding, but I'm not actually sure how I would react in this.
Exactly.
If you hadn't told me right now.
Exactly. Then again, even like in general relationships, even friendships, I think one person I told was my best friend, and that's because I was breaking down.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to tell someone. So even like length of time is not the determining factor. Actually.
Yeah. And there's also like you have to consider even trying to explain it is so complicated. Like for someone who's never actually been through it, even we ourselves, that we as young migrants that go through the whole process, we still can't understand it. It's just so complicated. And then trying to explain that to someone who's probably never heard of the term of leave to remain, or undocumented, or they probably heard undocumented here or there, but
leave to remain.
Leave to remain. Indefinite leave to remain.
Yeah.
It's too much, and you feel like you're putting this whole. I felt like I would be putting some kind of weight on you.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And then you have to think of if the person can actually carry the weight, because telling you would be sharing the weight with you. Do you get what I mean?
True.
Okay, you have a point there.
So then you have all the person's like worries and concerns, and it's like, oh, what if this happens to this person? Like, what if they don't get the status from you? What if they don't say it's all? What if they don't report it?
I think it's about support.
Yeah.
100% support. Like, you cannot be sharing that kind of thing with someone and they're not meeting you halfway with that, in that sense.
Yeah. How do you feel your relationship was affected by you telling him about your status or lack of status?
With me personally, I feel like it made our foundation stronger in terms of trust and what I feel like he's capable of handling. Because if you can handle something, it's not a small thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you can handle something like that, then even when bigger challenges come, I have a rough idea of how he'll be able to, or how we'll be able to handle it. Yeah. What do you think?
Well, this was my deepest relationship so far.
Yeah.
And the longest I've had. So it is pretty strong and deep.
Yeah.
So I can't say that it's deeper than the one I had before.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't had a similar one. You see what I'm saying? But I think you said it was a strong foundation that we've built because of the situation.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
Do you ever, so when you finally got status, did you feel more secure? Like, oh, just like, it's a breath of relief anyway, getting status and being able to work and whatever. But in terms of relationships, do you think, okay?
Honestly, in terms of relationship, I felt like nothing changed. As in, even though I was undocumented when we first started dating, and I became documented, our vibe didn't change. If you get what I mean, we were still the same. It just meant that I was more secure in the country. Pretty much, I was more secure in the country, and there wasn't any kind of, you know, when you're undocumented, you always feel like there's a constant risk of something going wrong. And I just felt like that risk. I don't want to say it completely disappeared because there's still renewals, but it reduced a lot, and
it was definitely a relief.
I think we were both more relaxed, not really tense and on our toes, kind of thing. Yeah.
And then we knew that you were going to be able to look for a job, and everything just fell together a little bit. Some pieces connected. So on that day when you called me, I was on training.
Oh, he was so happy.
And we both were hyped. I came back into the training and the people didn't know what was going on with me.
So did you feel like you could like build a proper solid future for yourself together? Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. There's so many steps you have to take, and to get to those steps, there are boxes you have to tick off. And I feel like finally getting my status in the country was like ticking one of those boxes. I'm like, okay, we've done that. Now we can move on to the next thing.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many situations, like, even like, when the people that don't have status, people that get status in a relationship, like, it's hard not just telling, like, your partner, but, like, their family, like, because people have opinions and people have judgments, preconceptions, whatever word you want to use. And you have to not just deal with them accepting, which is all well and good, but you have to deal with their family and like how people react. Because so many people react negatively and so many people react positively as well. But it's like, how did you deal with that? Were you scared? Because I would have been.
I feel like I was a bit blessed. I don't want to say lucky. I feel like ever since I met him, it's like his name. No, I didn't forget his name. I never really called him back to me. Ever since we met, I feel like I've been telling him this is the beginning, but I always tell him that he's a godsend. He doesn't understand. I think you understand better now.
Like, you're super understanding.
Like, honestly, I feel so blessed.
Yeah.
And even with his family as well, his parents actually, not just his parents, even his sister, his mom, dad, they understand the whole concept of immigration. Like, it's not something that's new to them. It's something they already had a rough idea about. So I wasn't too worried on how they would take it. But in terms of when to tell them, I was a bit worried about that because he had to do that by himself. And he had to explain. He did the whole thing by himself. I wasn't even there.
Conversations to have, like, do you tell them together? Do you need to
I was
calm the waters or do some explaining first before you break up dinner,
before we,
just like, I mean, okay, for whoever's watching, that would be like good advice. Like, how do you tell your partner's parents that,
Do you think that you would have to tell your partner's parents your situation?
I'm trying to think, like, if it was me, I don't know. I think it's a good idea that it would be good for my partner to go to them and be like, I'm dating this person, this is what their situation is, and then have dinner or whatever, and then just so and then have like a general discussion there, that way they can ask you questions. So that way everyone's comfortable, because you have to address, I think it's best to just address the fears right off the bat. That way it doesn't build up and turn into something else.
I think with the whole talking about it, I think that's the kind of lesson I took away from it. Just off the bat, throw it in there.
Literally,
it was quite early. You said
like, hi, mum and dad, I don't have status. Basically, kind of that.
How was it though, telling your parents?
Were you worried?
No, I told my mum, and then I know that she's going to speak a lot with my dad and everything. And she was understanding. Because she had friends that she helped out before. But
his mom was actually such a rebel. Like, she was inspiring. Like,
cool.
She really is. Like, you
should do one with parents.
Let's skip them over here.
His mom is really, she's really, that's where he gets his understanding thing from. And his dad as well. But his parents are really great. I think the first time I met them, they didn't even we didn't speak about it at all. And I think they already knew at that point.
Yeah, they knew
We
before
just-
because
we just went
it
out.
took a while for you to meet them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
because they don't live here, so
it took 6 months actually.
6 months. Yeah.
So they came to the UK and went out for lunch, and yeah, they didn't bring up the subject one time until the second time I actually saw them. And at that point, he already told them that I put my application in, and his mum was just like, okay, so what's happening? Like, how are you feeling? Hopefully the result is positive. She was just like, when you come into Germany, do you have to apply for a visa? I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna have to. Just trying to make her understand, even though I'm going to get leave to remain, there's still other things I have to deal with. But she was really amazing. And, yeah, it helps. Like once you get in with the mom, you're cool with the dad.
Yeah,
you know.
definitely.
You guys
In my family.
Yeah, in his family.
I don't know other families.
because I'm trying to think. So let's put ourselves in a situation where we're dating. I'm dating someone, and like I don't know. I'm trying to think like how do you deal with you're dating this person and their parents aren't happy about it, like. Because you have to be respectful. You can't just start attacking that person's family member or friends or whatever, whoever it may be. But then you have to be like, I have to protect myself.
Yeah.
You know, I still want to be in a relationship with you, but I don't want to deal with all this negativity. I don't know.
I don't know. I've never been in that situation, so I wouldn't know.
It's so difficult. Like, because obviously this is something that the world is universal. Like, there's so much that goes on, and there's all these experiences. So I'm just trying to like.
I don't know. I have no idea, and for anyone that's going through that, I pray for them, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know how I would handle it if
So
the parents took it badly.
Because I think so many quality relationships have ended because of outside forces,
Yeah,
whatever the
definitely.
situation is.
Yeah.
But I think obviously parents are a big one because no matter what you do, you can't get rid of them.
Yeah.
Like if you marry the person,
And if the parents don't want the relationship, it just starts
Exactly.
it puts so much
I
pressure
don't
on
think
it.
you can have a good, strong relationship if the parents aren't quite, aren't fully supportive of it.
I mean, how do you feel about my mom?
What do I feel about that?
Like in terms of, and when I told her that I told you, she was very like nervous. She was like, okay, how did he take it? What's going to happen now? Do you guys feel like you're still going to be together? And after that,
No, I spoke to her after you had your leave to remain.
yeah,
Yeah, and we talked about how relieved we are.
yeah,
And she just said, yeah, she talked to me like for 10 minutes about the whole thing,
yeah,
how she's prayed for you and how she's so happy that everything went the way it was supposed to be.
Wow. You guys are really such a love story. I'm so jealous. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's
Shout out
really
to
cool.
Titi.
Hi mom. Shout out to all the parents. But yeah, I don't know. It's a really difficult one dealing with parents, friends, people are like putting that bad energy out into relationships.
Yeah. No, I really would have no clue how people could handle this.
I don't know. I think you just have to be honest with yourself and honest about what you feel like you can deal with as a person. Because however much you may love, like the person, whatever, I think you have to think about what's best for you. Because no matter what, like you're still, at the end of the day, you're still gonna not have status, whatever they think. You're still gonna be having to go through the process of trying to gain status or the 10-year route or whatever you're dealing with, and then. Yeah, you have to think about what's best for your mental health.
That's true, yeah.
Because
You have all the burden already.
exactly, you have so
Something
much. You're like one person.
Yeah,
Like, it's
it's a
ridiculous.
lot.
So yeah, well, if you're in that situation, I think you just have to think about what's best for yourself, and you might have to let that relationship go, and maybe, hopefully,
Or you
you'll
might
still be
just-
there in the future. When you're thinking, I don't know.
Or you just don't even meet the parents.
You never avoid the parents. Never meet the parents. I don't know. It's true. Maybe like.
Some people just say, okay, if the parents don't like me, I just don't want to see them, and we still have a
It's hard
relationship.
because everybody wants like
their parents to love whoever they're with.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know how people can, like,
I
I think people have different approaches to that
I don't know, maybe
situation.
people can give some advice in the comments or something.
Yes. Type it in there.
But so let's just round it up. So what like advice would you give to people with mixed status about their relationships, going into relationships, whatever?
I think what you said earlier,
Yeah.
giving little hints to people, or like testing them.
Yes.
Feelers, yeah. And then just see how they would react.
Yeah.
And then if you're really at that point where you're comfortable talking to them, then you can break the news and see how it reacts. And if the person is like, nah, sorry, then you know it's not the right person.
Exactly. Yeah. The thing. You know what they think.
I would say even though status is a big chunk of your life, don't let it be the reason why you're in that relationship or why you're trying to, I don't know how to phrase it. Don't let it be the main factor of your relationship, because at the end of the day, relationships are about bonds and how you feel about the person. It's not about whether you're undocumented or whether you're settled or whether you're British or whatever. It's about how you connect with the person. And even though there are factors that contribute to that connection, I feel like status should not be something that leads the connection. If I don't know if that makes sense, but
You shouldn't hover.
yes, it shouldn't hover. I mean, it's not something that you can just put aside either. I'm not saying that, but it's
But like, if you can't enjoy the relationship because of what's going on, then you need to work on yourself, I think, first.
I think so as well.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much for doing this. You guys are so beautiful together. But yeah, thank you for doing this. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe. You know the whole shebang. Comment down below.
Or just like
Ask some questions, whatever. Give us topics that you want us to do. I think we should do the parents one, just like a general conversation with parents. That would be great.
That would be sick.
But yeah, thanks, guys. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye. Say bye.
Bye.